Welcome to episode number 57 of Life Without Cravings. So in today's podcast, I want to talk about the difference between goals and systems and why being systems oriented is preferable to being goal oriented. And I'm going to do this from a perspective of overcoming food addiction and emotional eating and how you can start thinking in systems rather than in goals. People who are systems oriented are much more successful and do better in life than people who are goal oriented. Now, this doesn't apply to very simple goals. If you're thinking, like, I need to make sure that I'm taking out the trash before 7 a.m. when the truck is going to come and pick it up. If that is a goal, which is debatable, that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, if we take this and we apply it to goals that involve us having to become someone else in the process, or very long-term goals maybe, then we want to have a system to make that happen. So let's say that you have decided that you want to lose 20 pounds. And normally you would say, okay, I'm going to lose 20 pounds in the next 3 months, because that's how we talk. That's how we try to incentivize people to do things, do certain programs, whatever it is. If you can lose 20 pounds in 3 months, you're going to feel amazing. And then we use this as a goal. What you do is that you're going to spend those 3 months stressing about it. You're going to look at the scales, and when the scales isn't moving, you're just going to be really frustrated, and you're going to start questioning whether you're going to be able to meet this goal. And you're going to be in a state of nearly continuous failure for 3 months, because your brain will want to catastrophize this. And you also probably going to be hoping that something magic is going to happen along the way that will let you get to your goal. Like somehow, at some point, the scales is just going to start dropping, and you're going to be able to reach that last minute. And this is going to chip away at you slowly. It's just going to be there like an annoyance, and it's going to get you to not feel very motivated to do it. And if it's a 3-month goal, it's very likely that it will get to the point where you feel like this goal is impossible, that you're not going to be able to reach it, and then you might even quit before the 3 months are up. So if you compare that to someone who is systems oriented, your system would be to do things in a certain way. So let's say that I want to do things to enhance my life. Then it means that every time you apply the system to anything, that is going to be a win. Every time you make a decision to not give in to a craving, it's a win. Every time you make the decision to put on your exercise clothes, going out and exercise, even if it's just 5 minutes, it's a win, because it is something that it will enhance your life. Every time you do something that fits into that system, you're just building on that goal or dream that you have. So you will be in a flurry of constant wins, because every little thing that you do will just add up, and all of that will enhance your life. You know, most people who come to me and want me to help them, they come to me because they want help with stop eating things that aren't good for them. Because in some way they want to feel better. Sometimes it's because they have an illness. Sometimes it's because they are so sick and tired of their own behavior. Sometimes it's because they don't have energy. The reason doesn't matter. They simply want to feel better. And they think that losing the weight or reversing the illness is the thing that is going to make them feel better. But if we take the feel better and we build a system around that, we will have to include a lot of things. And it's going to be a lot more things than just eating behavior. So we need to prioritize our health, because without our health, we're not going to feel better. And to do that, we need to eat the things that will make us feel good. And to be able to do that, we need to deal with the problem we have with the cravings or the food addiction. So that is just a small part of feeling better. So the food problem is now only playing a small part in this big puzzle. It's not the be all and end all. It's just one part. And it's massively important that we do get the nutrition right. Don't get me wrong, but there is so much more to it. And you might be doing really well with your exercise, for example, or your sleep, and that is helping you feel better as well. This will just add on to the feeling better. We're getting more and more of that because we are implementing this system in more and more areas of our lives. And every time we do it, every time you have slept your 8 hours, or every time you go to bed before 10 o'clock, or however you're going to measure this, every time you do that, that is a win. And that will keep you in a state of success. And this is important. We know that everything that we do when we're trying to enhance our life is affected by our state of mind. So if you are in a very negative mindset, you are much less likely to want to do it. You're going to enjoy it less. It's not going to feel like fun. If you're in a positive mindset because you see the success that you are having every time you implement this system, you are much more likely to succeed with the cravings as well, because it gives you momentum and it gives you belief that you're able to do that and that you have control. So think about it this way. Let's say someone invites you over and there is snacks and drinks everywhere, and you have already told yourself that you're not going to be having any of that. If you are goal-oriented, your focus is going to be on how much you need to stay away from it. Maybe I'm not even going to look at it, and I'm going to try and go and hide when other people are eating it, or whatever it is. You're going to try to avoid doing it, and the focus is solely going to be on trying to stay away from that. And if you are already, let's say you have a goal of losing 20 pounds in 3 months, you are halfway through, 1.5 months in, and you only lost 5 pounds, and you're like, well, it's not very likely that I'm going to lose 15 pounds in 6 weeks. Whether I have something tonight or not, it's not going to matter. You see how quickly that can get out of hand and how likely you are to just give in and start eating when you already see your own failure because you're not close enough to that goal. And the only thing that decides whether you're going to make the decision to eat or not is whether you're going to achieve that goal. You're very likely to fail. However, if you are systems oriented, you will think about what you need to do to feel better. You might still have the cravings, but you're here and you're like, okay, how can I feel better if I apply my system now? What is this about? You're going to be looking for a way of having a good time, because having a good time means that you feel better. You're going to be looking for a way to have a good time without the snacks, because even though the snacks will make you feel better right now, what the snacks are going to do is that they're not going to make you feel good tomorrow morning. They're not going to make you feel good about yourself, and they're going to prevent you from living with integrity. But if you choose to not have these snacks, you're going to feel good now, you're going to feel good tomorrow, and you're going to feel bloody good when you come home tonight, and you can just be like, hell yes, I lived with integrity. I did what I wanted to do, and I feel amazing. This is a win. I applied my system, and I rock. You see the difference when you apply a system versus a goal. So what I would love for you to do is to think about what goals you have right now and how you can make them part of a system rather than keeping them as goals and being so focused on just that goal. And then I want you to leave me a comment and let me know what you have decided on doing and how your system is set up. And if you want to discuss this further and get more help, you can join my Facebook group. You're more than welcome to ask any questions in there, and I will help you figure this out if you're struggling to get your mind around goals, systems, whatever I'm talking about. If that feels a little bit tricky, join the Facebook group, ask as many questions as you like. It's not just me in there. We're many people. We do fun things. We hang out on the weekends, and you are more than welcome to join us. So I'll see you next week. Bye.